Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Oh goodness. Hey Tebby, big boss, how you doing, bud? It's been a while. Matter of fact, it's been 13 days since I streamed. I didn't realize it'd been that long. Been dealing with allergies. I think that's what it is. Been sneezing my head off. I finally got the landlord to change the filter on the furnace, and yesterday I was wanting to stream, but I couldn't stop sneezing. So wait for a few more people to come in here, but I can go ahead and show you the main monitor number one. And this is the storm right here. It's had some decent rotation in it, but now not so much. And Nathan's right there. He's a little late to the party. Uh, Stop smoking the good stuff. I don't smoke the good stuff, Timmy. My COPD won't let me. I wish I could because it's good for my cancer. Yeah, I seen that over there in North Carolina, Bearcat, early this morning. They had a tornado touchdown. They had both sides of I-95 closed down. It was crazy. So, waiting for a few more people to come in here. But at one point, this storm had 5-inch hail. Now it's showing 4. Well, this thing ain't done with the hail yet. Analyst is showing me 4.19 on the hail. So, air quality was really bad here the other day. It was like 158. It's down to 51 today. I wanted to do a stream last night to talk about. Get back over to the studio for a minute. To talk about that tropical storm Calvin that just clipped the south side of Hawaii, but didn't get to. Turned out it didn't hardly do any damage. Had some choppy waves and not near as much rain as they thought it was going to. There was a few roads that flooded, but that's kind of normal for parts of Hawaii. It went just south of the Big Island. Let me get the Hurricane Center up real quick. Plus, I've been real busy with my laser engraver projects. If you guys didn't see this on Discord, this is the first project I got to come out right. There, back it off so the lights up. Nice little 3D image. And let's see here. I've been having a hard time. I ordered basswood. That was a big mistake. Basswood, the grain is real hard and it's so grainy that stuff didn't want to engrave right. But it, let's see if this shows up. Does pretty good on white cardboard. That's 2 of the wolves. That's Arrow and Tacoma. But this is some scrap wood. And you can see here at the bottom, I've tried to do a couple of Zonta. And I just can't get the grayscale to work out right. I'm just not too impressed with it. It looks better on camera than what it does in person. No, that's all done with a laser engraver. Let's get over to the main screen and I'll bring up the camera on the laser. That's the laser. The pictures of Zonta, that was actually regular pictures, JPEGs that I took, and turned it into grayscale. Another thing that I did here, just while we was waiting for storms to pop, there's a lot of videos that I watched and about this particular laser, and they said, well, what the heck is this piece of scrap wood for? What are you supposed to do with that? It's got them grooves in it. Well, those people are idiots, and I'll show you why. It's a phone holder. But it was really cool, thick wood. The only thick wood that I've tried to engrave. And I don't know how well you'll be able to see this, but I put my logo on there. And then that's grayscale engraving. And then this is doing it after I rasterize it. It's not quite centered. I was in a hurry, but I got a nice tornado with my big grade WX. But yeah, that's what that is. That's a phone holder. And it's got, you can flip it over, and this has got one angle on it, and that's got a little bit less of an angle on it. Works really good. You can set this on the desk, you stick your phone in there, and it stands it right up. Works pretty cool. Hey, Robbie. So, waiting for Nathan to get to the storm. He's coming into the back side to get over here to monitor 6. Got to be careful with this because I just told him a little bit ago it's showing 4.5-inch hail. Yeah, I'm showing 4.53 on the hail right now. Don't have a hail marker on level 3. Well, I was kind of, looking at wood burning, and then I found out about doing it with a laser, and it's really cool because you can set the power and go deep into the wood, depending on the wood. Oh, I got a message. Do. Thanks, Fred. Appreciate the dono. Greatly appreciate it. I tell you what, I started out, I was only going to spend like $250 on this thing, but by the time I ordered material, I've got over $400 in this thing. There's a couple projects that I can show you guys real quick while I'm waiting for Nathan to get ahead of that hail core. Let's see. Let's get over here to monitor 6. I've got all kinds of videos saved. Here's one idea that I've got.
And you can clearly quite often, especially on it is just
I'm going to steal this idea. Except instead of Louisiana in there and those words, I'm going to make the same coin and hand it out. Anybody that orders one of my projects, I'll give you this coin for free, and it'll have my logo in there, and in the center it'll have a tornado or a wolf. What I might do is put a wolf on one side and a tornado on the other, but that's one project. God, look at all these bookmarks. Trying to find the acrylic one. Here's one with paper art.
Today, I'm going to show you how to take your laser and make these awesome LED edge.
This is a project that I'm going to be making for everybody.
Right at home. My name's Jim, and this is the Edge of Tech. So these are.
I'll mute this guy. It comes with that base right there. And an acrylic. It even comes with a remote control. You can change colors. But let me skip ahead where he shows what it looks like. It'll look something like that, except it'll have a wolf on it or whatever. It lights up. That's all done on an acrylic. I'll have the material and the base, everything here by Friday. That's the one I like. Whoops, back it up. I like that one right there. And you'll be able to, with that remote, you'll be able to design or, turn on whatever color you want. They're going to look really nice. And what I've got planned is I'm going to be putting up a merch store, and I'm going to create these projects once I learn it good enough. Then I'll put stuff up for sale, and with every purchase you'll get one of those engraved coins. They're really neat, because around the letters it's all like 1/16 of an inch deep. The laser actually can burn right down through it. And this piece here, that was actually cut out with the laser. So that's 1/8 inch basswood. So I'll keep you all informed when I finish learning this stuff. It gets kind of complicated. You got to figure, the material and the thickness, what kind of material, and you have a speed setting and the power setting. Yeah, this thing's going to crap real quick. It's going to merge with a bunch of stuff on the south side of it. I'm still showing 3-inch hail on it. So anyway, while he's trying to get through the storm, which he's just now coming into Overland, but man, this is looking really ugly. All this crap right here, that came out of Colorado going east. So, yeah, we got some storms coming tomorrow. Boy, I got some good ones the other day. Jeez, oh Pete. I had a cell that was just a little green dot. It was parked right over top of me, and next thing I know, within about 30 minutes, it blew up, went severe warning, and just poured here. But yeah, all this other stuff came out of Colorado, and this one right here is the one that came out of Nebraska. It was west of McCook over in here, and it's been traveling southeast. And it did have a really nice hook, but now all this garbage is out here in front of it. It's killing it. It's going to go through a merger. I don't know how long Nathan will want to chase this, because it's going to be totally garbage. And he really didn't want to go this far south. The models showed it was supposed to pop up here at North Platte. There's supposed to have been a bunch of them up here by North Platte that would eventually turn southeast. And that never happened. So while he's trying to get ahead of this garbage, let's go ahead and take a look what's happening in the Atlantic. I've been keeping a close eye, and for days I've been seeing this down here. Now, it's only got a 20% in the next 7 days. I haven't looked for Wyoming that far out, Cat. This has got a 20% within 7 days, and the models are showing it going right over here to the Caribbean and right towards the Windward Islands. And some of the models are suggesting it comes on up into the Gulf. So, good old Don up here. Tropical storm still. It was a subtropical storm, kind of a hybrid. And because it's so far north, but the waters is so warm up there. Yeah, Tropical Storm Don's, it's been around for days, and it's just been doing loop-de-loops. There's a big high-pressure system out here, and it's been spinning around it. There's the cone. It started over here and kind of went up and around. Let me get another web page up here. This will show you the path. Look at the path of Don. It was subtropical back here, and wasn't expected to go tropical at all, but it finally did. It actually turned tropical on the 14th, and it did that loop-de-loop, and now it's going to go up and away. The further north it gets, it'll eventually weaken. And we got an area down here that we're keeping an eye on. Well, wait a minute. Let's get back over here to Africa. Now, it's not showing up on here yet, but the one that's got a 20% in the next week is right there. And that is expected to go right that way. So, yeah, poor Don got lost. And the one that went over here to Hawaii, which is post-tropical now, that's Calvin. It was a Category 3. That makes it a major hurricane, 125 mile per hour winds in it. I think that was the highest winds was 125. But it started clear back here and went all the way. But I tell you what, it ran into them cooler waters that I was showing you guys. Let's see. I don't think I can do it with this one, but right in here is the PDO. It's Pacific, and I don't remember what the letter D stands for, but it's a Pacific oscillation. It's cooler than average waters, normal for this time of year. And so Calvin, when it was major hurricane, hit them cooler waters and just weakened. And it managed to stay tropical storm when it clipped the big island of Hawaii last night. And then we've also got this tropical disturbance we're keeping an eye on. This is Investing 95E. So it's got a 60% chance in the next 2 days of forming something. And the cone is right there. It's kind of going to head the same direction that Calvin did. Come on. Right there it is. That's got a 60% chance in 2 days and 60% in 7 days. Earlier today it was only a 50-50 chance. But that's kind of, it's still going to head to them cooler waters. Now yesterday's cone on this one, it was actually going more due west. And then over here in the Central Pacific, post-tropical Calvin. It's slowly dying out. And the crazy thing on this, I mean, you can't even tell it, but the low pressure system is about where the red symbol is.
What's the hail you got right now, Barry?
I'm showing 4.33 on Analyst, and I finally got a hail marker, but I don't think it's right. It says 2.5 on level 3. I'm showing 4.33 on Analyst, and I finally got a hail marker, but I don't think it's right. It says 2.5 on level 3. And it is merging with that stuff to the southwest. There's a bit of a hook in between there, but I think it's going to ingest that, or not southwest, southeast. It's going to ingest that. It's going to kill the rotation that's in there.
Yeah, we got a couple of big hails, so I turned around for now. Let this pass by.
Copy that. There's that one that's behind it. It's moving east at 15. That'll be coming your way. Golf ball size hail, 70 mile per hour winds. Damage threat considerable. One of the other projects, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of scratch paper. It's one color on the outside, but you scratch it and it's got a different color, underneath it. You actually scratch off the outer coating. Got some of that coming maybe tomorrow. It either comes with rainbow underneath, or I got the metal look. It's going to look really nice because it's black cardboard, and when the laser burns that top coating off of it, then it'll look like engraved metal underneath it. I've seen a project done with that, and so I went ahead and ordered a pack of it. That'll probably put the wolves on, and it'll be the right size for framing. So hopefully you all get interested when I get the projects done, and looking really good. I'll let you guys see them, see if you're interested in them. Like I say, I tied up several $100s just in material. And anything I'll make, like even that scratch paper, that'll be clear coated so it doesn't get scratched, in shipping or whatever. Same way with the wood. And the cool thing about the wood, let me get back over here to studio. Like even this piece, I just took some water and put some water on it, and it darkens up. It looks really sweet. So the clear coat will really make something like this pop out. And there is a way I can take the pictures of the wolves and convert them into what's called an STL file, which is a 3D file, which is what this is. Hey, thanks for that tier 1 sub, Kills. And then I'll also in the future come up with other projects, as well as if you want something custom engraved, I'll be able to do that for you guys. I can do acrylic, wood, paper, cardboard, even metal. I can even engrave metal with this laser. It doesn't look like much on that camera, but it's a pretty powerful laser. I got to be really careful, and I have to wear special sunglasses if I don't have the shield on it. And these are green, in case you can't tell. Special glasses came with it, so because that laser is strong enough, it'll hurt your eyes. It'll blind you. Yeah, this is turning into a big mess. This one on the left, that's going to merge. This one right here, it's already trying to merge with our storm. Our storm's already merged with the one that was there, and it's already merging with the one over here. It's just going to turn into one great big blob. Nathan said he turned around and stay away from that hail. This one's 30 severe on 1.5 inches. This one, for some reason, I keep losing the hail marker on it. 3.5 inch hail, 90 severe. I'm using a different method of checking that out. I don't actually have the hail marker. It's got rotation in there, but it's all goopy mixed up. I mean, it's all areas of rotation in between the storms. Where a lot of this is showing up, like this over here on the right is actually over here in between the storms. Hey, thanks for that tier 1 sub. Greatly appreciate it. So I got some better wood ordered.
Oh my God, Barry, what the hell's happened down here? This is a freaking mess.
Yeah, all these other cells came east out of Colorado. It just all collided. Your storm is showing 3.5 inch hail, 90 severe now, and it's merging with everything around it. Yeah, this is the stuff that I got coming. I got 1/8 inch thick, 12 by 12 clear acrylic. And then this is those bases I was talking about. And it even comes with a USB cord, or you can put batteries in it. Big Boss Now, man. Thank you, bud. Gifted 10 subs. Wow. And then this is a bag of borax. I learned that if I take borax, mix it with water, and spread it over the wood, it'll actually burn better. And then I got some black cardstock. The reason why I got that is because when I go to do the clear acrylic, I have to put black underneath it. Otherwise, it won't etch the acrylic. Then I got the scratch paper. I ordered a clock. I got some clear coming. So, kind of went all out on this thing. I watched a couple videos after having a few beers and one night a couple weeks ago, and it's like, I want that. I can't paint, I can't draw, but what's really cool, yeah, this is a mess. What's really cool is, back over to the studio, I used to own a sign shop back when I also had a computer store, but I owned a sign shop in the same building. And I did all the setting up and the software for the vinyl cutter to cut the vinyl out. And then the wife at the time, my ex-wife, she did all putting the sign together. She really enjoyed that. But the software that I use, which after 30 days it's going to cost me $60. It's called Lightburn, and it's a really well-made program for doing lasers and or engraving. Oh, something else I'll be able to do later on. I'll be able to get an attachment where I can put a glass jar or bottle or whatever, put it on there, and it'll turn it back and forth while it etches, so I'll be able to etch glass as well. But anyway, the software that I'm using is real similar to what I used to have for the sign shop. It's kind of basically the same idea. except for instead of a vinyl cutter with a knife, it's like a CNC machine with a laser head on it. So I'm pretty familiar with that type of program. And from back in the 90s. Next I'll be going to craft fairs. Well, I can't really travel unless Sean takes me, and he only gets 2 days off a week. Matter of fact, this past weekend, I pretty much just stayed in bed and watched TV. And because I was home alone. My son and his son, my grandson, Junior, they went up to see the ex-wife, Sean's mother, and spent a few days up there. So it was nice, peaceful, and quiet here. And so I messed a little bit with the laser, but not a whole lot. I pretty much just laid around. Oh, God, what a mess. There ain't nothing good happening in this mess. Look at all that junk. I got the feeling Nathan will call it, because it's already going on 8 o'clock, or it's about 7:45. So, greatly appreciate those subs. I really do, because it's going to help me to buy stuff so I can make stuff, along with paying the rest of the bills around here. Yeah, there, if you need to know what your air quality is, airnow.gov, you put in your zip code and it'll let you know. Yeah, let's take a look at what's going on tomorrow. Shoot, I didn't even realize, man. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't know we had a hype train. Did not know we had a hype train. Yeah, but it's kind of like in between the storm. It's air circulating in between them. So, oh, goodness. So what do we got going on tomorrow over here? We got an enhanced over here. I don't know if Nathan's going to chase that or not. 2% eastern Colorado, western Kansas. Wow. Yeah, I am on a 2%. A slight 2% tomorrow. Hot diggity. 15% on the winds. Oh, man. 30% hatch on the winds down here in Kansas and Colorado. Yeah, I didn't even realize I was in a slight 2% for tomorrow. Sweet. Yeah, that's a pretty big, 2 different areas with 2%ers. God, this thing's a mess. That storm was all by its lonesome. And all the storms were supposed to turn southeast, but the ones that came out of Colorado decided, screw you, I want to go east. And it caused this mess. If the rest of those storms would have turned southeast like our storm was, then we wouldn't have this problem. They would have stayed separated. I mean, there's rotation there, but it's like...
I keep hoping that storm up north by Broken Bow does something. Got a little purple in there, but doesn't seem to want to intensify.
Yeah, all that stable air like that first one did. They were Callaway earlier. With them moving southeast, man, they need more oomph, and they ain't getting it. So Nathan's right there. I couldn't believe it when our storm jumped up to 5-inch hail, but that was before all this merger crap was going on. I think this thing is just gonna, I don't know. And on his stream, it just, I mean, you can't even see the base. It's just all yuck. I don't know what direction he's looking at, but yeah, 5-inch hail, that's freaking huge. I do have some rotation right in between here, but it's all part of that merger. There's just a lot of air swirling around right there. Let me bring up Analyst and let's take a look at that area. It's like a backwards hook, which could be anticyclonic. Let's see. Let's go right here. Look at SRV. Yuck. It's horizontal, mostly. Looks like. Let's look for the end rot. Yeah, that's just like all over the place. There's no real vertical in there. It's mainly horizontal. And it's up high. It's up there over 20,000 feet. Any area rotation in there. Let's take a slice through it. Yeah, I don't see anything happening right in there. Yeah, see what I mean about horizontal way up high? Ain't side by side stuff. See, it's all flat on the greens and the reds, mostly flat. That we need vertical rotation. And this looks like a decent hook right here. Not really, because all this rain cooled air out ahead of it's getting sucked right into the inflow notch. You don't want cool air going into that notch. It needs warm air for lift. And as you can see, there's no rotation there. Looks cool on radar at first, but whenever you got all this crap around it, it's just going to suck in cold air. Rain cooled air. So let's see, there was something else I was going to show you guys. I got to get me some more white cardboard because this was only one pass. Let's get back over to the studio. This one here was only one pass. I can make it a lot darker than that. But this is just thin cardboard with a white backing on it. That was a box that came with something I ordered. I forget. But, I mean, still looks pretty good. Oop. Let's get in front of the camera right. And if I would have done a second pass on it, it would have been a lot darker and really showed up good. And I can do cutouts, keychains, all kinds of stuff. Actually, I'm going to take Nathan's logo. He doesn't know this yet, so don't tell him. On that edge light, with the base and the clear acrylic, I'm going to take his logo and etch into the acrylic and then send it to him. He's thinking he's going to buy one, but I'm just going to send it to him. Don't tell him. It's a secret. I think that'll look really cool. His Storm Chaser IRL logo. That'll look really cool on that thing, and then light it up. Probably sell them for 20 or 25 bucks when I do sell them. Make a tiny bit of profit, not much. By the time I get, my hours in. I tell you what, that little bumblebee square, that's only 4 inches square. That took 3 hours, multiple passes to get that 3D depth to it, and plus cut it out, which took 30 passes to cut that, and that's only 1/8 inch thick basswood. And so I got 3 hours into that. I was falling asleep in a chair. I couldn't do anything with the computer while that thing was cutting because I wanted it to come out really nice. So what are we going to do, Nathan? Looks like he's going south. Let me see where he's going. Yeah, he's headed south. That core ahead of you is 1 3/4 inch 40 severe.
Yeah, I think it's plowing across the highway though.
The strongest part of the core is, but it's some on the other side of the highway too. Yeah, he's talking about this core on the right side. He's talking about this core, but we got one here.
Yeah, I'm going to take a close look at this little pocket of rotation, and if I don't see anything, I'm probably going to head back, man. This is garbage.
Yeah, I took a slice through that and was showing everybody, and it's mostly horizontal rotation that's showing up. I had to buy something else I didn't mention is burning wood is bad enough. Okay, it smokes because you're burning it, and the more power you turn up on the laser, the more it smokes. So, which I don't mind the smell of wood burning, especially basswood. It's got a pretty nice smell to it. But when I start to do acrylic, I had to buy a evacuation system, which this is part of it. This will stick out the window, which I made a board to go across the window. It's like 8 inches tall, and cut a 4-inch hole in it. That'll stick in there, and these flaps open up. Actually, this is the side that'll go out. The flaps open up when I turn the fan on, and I got like 8 foot of this flexible hose with the clamps. and this is the exhaust fan. So I had to have that. I've got to put it in the window yet. Because when I do acrylic, those fumes are actually poisonous.
And just like that, it doesn't show shit. Wow.
Yeah, it's still kind of merged with that other cell, and that was just area spinning horizontally between the storms. So yeah, this thing's garbage. If those cells that came out of Colorado would have turned southeast like they were supposed to, we wouldn't have this problem. So, and some other material that I'll be burning later on. I don't want those fumes here in the apartment. So the board's already cut. All I got to do is mount it in the window, and I got to get some silicone rubber to seal around that box with the valve in it, and to seal that in the wood. Dummy me, I should have used a laser to cut the 4-inch hole. I come pretty close to cutting it out with a jigsaw, but it doesn't fit as tight as I wanted it to. Oh, Kevin got a new place. Seeing a wind report just south of Nathan, 60 mile per hour winds. But I think Nathan might give up on this. Yeah, he's still going south. Tracking him on Glimpse. Yeah, I lived in an efficiency apartment for several years here, same complex, until Sean moved in, and then we got this 2-bedroom townhouse, 2 bedrooms upstairs, full bath up, half bath down. Oh, goodness. Oh, I do that all the time when I'm home alone. I don't look in the mirror, though, because I don't want to scare myself. So, anyway, folks, this thing's garbage. I think that's going to be pretty much it for this chase. And I've showed you everything there is on the tropics for now. I mean, I could show you the models on that. It's not even an invest. It's just an area to watch coming off of Africa. Or it is off of Africa now. There is some Saharan dust to the north side of it. But right now, we still got a fairly weak high out there in the Atlantic, the Bermuda High. It's there pretty much all year. And since that's a fairly weak high, the winds ain't really strong enough to bring a whole bunch of Saharan dust. Now, come next month, we'll start getting Saharan dust coming clear over here again, most likely. August is when that Saharan dust really kicks up. It's not been too bad, and the monsoonal area, the main development region, is south of it right now. So that storm, I'll keep an eye on it and let you guys know if it starts headed for us. The GFS yesterday actually showed it coming into the Gulf. The Euro didn't. So, you know, the GFS could be over-exaggerating like it usually does. But at least for the next 7 days, it looks pretty accurate about it headed for the Windward Islands, which is the southern part of those islands out there. So I'll keep an eye on that and let you guys know. If she starts really perking up, then I'll definitely do some big streams on it and track it, especially if she strengthens enough to come into the Gulf. The GFS, one day had it going to Texas, the next day it was Louisiana, so that's pretty far out though. That's past 7 days. And we used to only go 5 days, but this year the Hurricane Center, stupid Nat, the Hurricane Center decided to do 7 days instead of 5. So I'll use the models for 5 day. I kind of go past that to just kind of see what the models are thinking. But it's going to be a fairly small storm to begin with, and the models don't track small storms very well. They've been kind of struggling with Dawn out there because Dawn is fairly small tropical storm, barely a tropical storm. So I was watching what Nathan was passing back there. A lot of trucks off the side of the road. What the heck's going on here? That one was carrying a huge tube. Almost looked like part of a missile, but I think that was part of a windmill tower. So anyway, folks, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it and for tonight, and keep an eye on things and see what happens. I'm pretty sure Nathan's going to call it on this chase because it's just a huge mess. Thanks for all the subs, any bits that I might have missed, the direct donations, greatly appreciated, Fred, and anybody else. It really helps me out, and it'll help me to bring some more content to you guys and some merch. Since I can't draw and I can't paint, and I don't want to have Crafter Jane make all my paintings that I got in my head, so we'll do it with a laser. That's something I can operate. That's mechanical. That's what I'm good at. Anything mechanical or software driven. So thanks again for everything, folks. Greatly appreciate it. I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow night or not. It's a possibility we might have a chase tomorrow. If we do, I'll go ahead and stream the chase. Hopefully we get something a little bit better tomorrow. So for now, you know what we always say here. Peace. Top for me. And we'll catch you on the next broadcast. Good night, y'all.